Scalp massages have gained massive popularity in the hair loss community recently as a way to prevent hair loss and even regrow hair without any of the nasty side effects that come with typical hair loss treatments. But are you doing them right? Get them right and you'll be giving your hair the best chance to grow thicker and stronger in the long term. But get the massages wrong and you can actually lose ground and make things worse. Let's dive in and take a look at the 7 biggest mistakes people make when using scalp massages for hair growth. Number 1, dragging your fingers around the scalp. Regardless of which massage techniques you use, one of the most common mistakes is not planting your fingers firmly against the skin. When you drag your fingers around the scalp, you're just raking against the skin rather than actually massaging it. This friction can irritate the skin and unnecessarily increase the number of hairs that fall. Speaking of fingers, you'll also want to make sure that your fingernails are short to minimize the hairs that get caught up and yanked out. Number 2, no tolerance for shedding. Shedding between 50 to 100 hairs is normal, even for people without any hair loss. This happens because a certain number of follicles on the head will be in the telogen resting phase, where they will eventually fall out and be replaced by new hair. When a hair is in telogen and ready to fall out, it will typically do so on the account of some minor pressure that is applied. Be it, for example, combing your hair or the friction against a pillow while you're sleeping. Well, if you do scalp massages, you can also expect to lose some hair on the account of the pressure you exert through your fingers. It is normal to lose up to about 20 or so hairs per session, so don't let that put you off from continuing the treatment. Number 3, going too strong, too hard, too early. When you first start massaging, you might notice that the skin in the balding areas is not as elastic as it is in the sides and the back of the head where you still have hair. This uneven elasticity is due to the accumulation of fibrotic material and the tissue changes in the balding areas. By contrast, men with healthy hair have the same elasticity all over the scalp. But over time, and especially a few months into your scalp massages, you'll probably find that the balding parts are now noticeably more elastic. When this happens, you can go harder, massage for longer, and take less time to recover between massages. But don't rush the process. In the beginning, there is only so much the scalp can take. Number 4, don't be put off by the redness and oiliness. After each massage, you can expect to see some redness in your skin. This is very normal. Actually, if you don't see any redness at all, it probably suggests that you're not going hard enough. Your skin will also feel more oily, especially in the first few months. Again, this is a normal release of sebum from the scalp. As your body gets used to the massages, the sebum release will go down in intensity. Number 5, not establishing a clear baseline. Now, one of the advantages of scalp massage is that by addressing the hair loss at a deeper level than other interventions, they give you longer lasting results. Even if at some point you cut dramatically down on the frequency of massaging, you're still likely to keep what you've regrown. The flip side of this is that results can take a bit longer than the standard pharmaceutical intervention like minoxidil or finasteride. Depending on how much you massage and how well your scalp responds, you might be looking at as much as 4 to 6 months for the first signs of regrowth. Because of this, uncertainty is your worst advisor. If you haven't established a clear baseline of your hair loss, then even when you get to 4 to 6 months, your progress might not seem very clear. This can be the most discouraging thing possible. So, before you start this treatment, take several well-lit photos of your head from various positions. Make a note of where you've placed the camera, where you're standing or sitting, and most importantly of all, what light you used. You can then replicate these photos every 1 to 2 months, which will allow you to track and document your progress with certainty. Number 6, using scalp massages alone. If you have aggressive hair loss, you'll want to make sure that you use an aggressive hair loss stack. This means for most men, they'll need some sort of DHT blocker. Topicals like minoxidil will also help. Using scalp massages alone can help, but you'll see faster and better results when combining different mechanisms of regrowth. Scalp massages work very well when paired with traditional treatments like minoxidil or finasteride, so don't neglect those if you're losing hair quickly. This brings us to the 7th and last mistake on today's list, and also by far the most common one: lack of consistency. This can happen with all hair loss treatments, but especially with scalp massage. Now, massaging your scalp for 10 to 20 minutes a day can be boring really fast, and many guys will just give up altogether. At the end of the day, hair loss is a non-threatening condition, and by our very nature, we are lazy animals. There is no magic bullet here. You need to have a high level of motivation at the start, and it will help immensely if you designate a specific time of day and stick to it religiously. No exceptions, under any circumstances, because the moment you skip one day, you break a sort of taboo, and then missing the second or third follows like a domino effect. Before you know it, that one missed day turns into a week, and it's over. Now, a completely different approach, which largely solves the problem of consistency, involves a special device called the Grow Band. This consists of a headset that is controlled by a programmable box. With every inflation and deflation action of the Grow Band, the entire scalp is massaged. The process is fully automated. Other than placing the Grow Band on your head and adjusting the settings in the control box, you literally don't have to worry about anything. Instead of a chore, the time you spend with the Grow Band is something to look forward to, as the Grow Band will pleasantly massage your head, leaving you fully relaxed and de-stressed at the end. You can use the Grow Band while you watch TV, play on your phone, relax in your bed, whatever. So head over to hairguard.com to check it out and find out more. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I look forward to your comments. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.